Good afternoon. Back again. And I'm going to talk about a little bit of a different topic now. I call them management one-liners. And you may wonder, one-liners, what does a one-liner do for me? What this does is it reinforces the fact that leadership is a bag of skills. And sometimes the skills are stated in a one-liner. It's a management principle. So I'm going to go through a number of these one-liners over the next couple, three videos. Now, the first set I'm going to give you are things that I'm recommending to you, but you need to keep this in mind for the managers that report to you. And I'm going to just digress for a second here and talk about scaling. When a business scales, lots of things happen at one time. And one of those things is you add management people because you're growing your business. You've added enough employees to where now you add a manager over the employees. That could be one of those that were hired originally or somebody from outside. I recommend the first option, to be honest with you. But it's very important. I am going to tell this to you from your perspective, but this also applies to everybody that ever works for you. Number one, you need to know what's expected of you. Now, that's probably a relatively thing to understand. What is expected of you in your management role? The fact is, it's hard to define sometimes. And when new people are added to the team, many times people are promoted because they did something great in the operation. And now they're in a management role. They need to know what's expected of them. So you need to know what's expected of you. If you're not quite sure, you need to find out from the person that you report to. For those that report to you, they need to know what's expected of them. But there's another piece of this puzzle: what is not expected of them and what's not expected of you. And let me just give you this quick story. When I was at UPS and we were over in Europe, we were expanding over there. You can just imagine everything was new. No matter where you went, we were setting a new principle. It was established from UPS's perspective, but out in that new area that we were going into, everything was new. Lots of things happened, kind of like unexpectedly. And given that we were, pioneers at that point, we needed to be willing to make choices. And every so often, one of them would fall over. That's okay. But one time, I got involved in an issue and I took it on myself and I went out to give an answer. I didn't remember the issue anymore. I just remember the result. And lo and behold, it fell over. It wasn't good. So I ended up having a conversation with the guy I report to, and he told me this. Keep in mind now, I've been at UPS for probably 16 years at this point. I had never heard this before. He said, Steve, we never asked you to do that. And I was kind of like taken back. I said, well, we got lots of things going on, but this one was a bigger issue. So what he said was this, and it wasn't to chastise me as much, it was just being educational. And that is, there's certain things the management people are responsible for and certain things you're not. And when you get into an area where it's outside of what your understand your role is, sometimes you just got to step back and check out with the person you report to. Should I be getting involved in this? And it usually comes in situations of risk because the message he gave me was this: the management team is here to support you. So don't be a lone ranger. Know what is and is not expected of you. More later. Have a good one. Thanks.